So we are here today to understand and identify multiples. So that's your target, is to understand what multiples are and be able to find multiples, identify multiples. So multiples, it looks like the word multiply. And if you keep that in mind, multiples are pretty easy to find. So think multiply when you think multiples. So typically, when you're asked to find multiples, they say multiples of something. So in our example, we are doing multiples of 3. So multiples of 3. And we said we were talking about multiplying. So we can think of this column of 3 dots as one group of 3, or 1 times 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. So our product there, that is a multiple. So the first multiple of 3 is 3. Because if I take 1 times that 3, I get 3. Over here in the multiplication table, you can see there is a multiple of 3. So what's the next multiple of 3? And if you are not already really sure, pause and think for a minute, maybe look at the multiplication table. What's the next multiple of 3? So hopefully you were thinking the next multiple of 3 is 6, because that would be 2 groups of 3. So 3 and 6 are both multiples of 3, because I can either multiply 3 times 1 or 3 times 2, and my product is always the multiple. So think about this. What are the next couple of multiples? You can use the chart. You can just picture another 3 circles dropping down. So there's our next multiple of 3, which would be 9, 3 groups of 3. Next would be 12, 4 groups of 3. What do we have now? There's 5 groups of 3, that's 15. So again, on your multiplication chart, all these products are multiples. So if you ever pick a row in the multiplication table, you are finding multiples. So following this pattern, you know the next couple multiples, right? You can just keep going. The next multiples, these are all multiples of 3, right? I think the next one I've got is 18, all multiples of 3. But we could just keep going. These are all multiples of 3, because if I multiply 3 times anything, I'm going to get a multiple. So this will keep going. And of course, if you're looking at multiplication chart, you can also go down the column. Here's that 3 again, and you notice these are exactly the same numbers: 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So that's multiples. So when you're asked to find multiples, think multiply, and you're always looking for the product. A multiple of 3 means 3 times something, in this case 6, gets you a multiple. So hopefully you understand multiples now. Of course, if you wanted multiples of 5, you could still look at your chart. Multiples of 5, it'd be all these. Those are multiples of 5, right? If you wanted multiples of 8, you could look at all those. Those are all multiples of 8. So your multiplication chart is really your friend if you're looking for multiples. If any of this is confusing, go back, rewatch the video. That's the lovely thing about videos, is you can always rewatch it to make sure you understand it. Okay, thanks for watching.